So this is interesting. They did an NBA offseason survey. Now, ESPN only surveyed 10 scouts and executives. That feels like a bizarrely low number. I don't know. But it's a number. It's execs. You'd like to get into the 30, 40, 50 number, but it's 10 execs and scouts. And they polled them on a bunch of stuff anonymously. Best offseason, worst offseason, best trade, worst trade, best player. So there were 10 votes, and LeBron James got 0 votes for the NBA's best player. Giannis got 5, and KD got 5. And now, you can make the argument. LeBron is not the best scorer. He's certainly not the best shooter. He's no longer the best defender. But he did win MVP of the finals 10 months ago. I would argue you could easily say he's still the best player because everybody else has a hole. Giannis can't shoot. Kawhi can't stay healthy. Harden and Steph are liabilities on the defensive end. KD's the closest thing to LeBron, but he's a little brittle. So Tom Brady's never had the best arm. Tom Brady's never been the best athlete. He's never been the strongest guy or the quickest guy. You could argue with Peyton Manning, probably wasn't even the smartest guy. But if you had one drive in football, fourth quarter, who would you take? I'd take Brady. If you gave me 7 minutes, game 7, fourth quarter, in the entire league, I'd take LeBron. Does that make him the best player? It makes him the best player with 7 minutes to go in the season in game 7. So I've said this forever. LeBron does everything pretty well. He's a good shooter. Not great. He's a really good scorer. He can be a really good rebounder. He's still, at times, a really good defender. He's a really good leader. He's a great ball handler. He's an amazing passer. He's an A or a B plus at virtually everything. You can't marginalize him. He can go left. He can go right. He can go mid-range. He scores at the rim. He can shoot a 3. You can marginalize everybody else, or like Kawhi, they're not really distributors or leaders, and they're quiet. So he's got a little bit of a leadership hole. KD's the only thing close to me in terms of just, okay, get a bucket. But I feel like LeBron, if I needed a stop, would probably get it before KD. And I've said this about LeBron. He has been, for the last 15 years, the NBA's Swiss Army knife. The knife isn't quite as sharp as it was about 6 years ago. And I would argue this. If I need a basket, just a basket, I'd take KD. If I need just a stop, I would go Giannis or a healthy Kawhi. But if I needed 7 minutes of brilliant basketball, leadership, distribution, ball handling, passing, defense, could hit a 3, could score at the rim, could hit mid-range, I'd take LeBron. And I would take Tom Brady one drive. I would. I wouldn't take Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' history is he's not great on the final drive. Russell Wilson is, but I don't think he's all in, has the experience in big games like Tom Brady. So, it's best player is we know it's a very tiny group, but you start looking around, and I think one of the things of Brady and LeBron, it's hard to marginalize them. They're like A or B plus at everything. You don't have to be great at everything. I say this about the NFL. You just can't be terrible at anything because the coaching's too good. Like the New York Giants are really bad on the offensive line. That will completely unravel their season. Carolina has a bad offensive line. They can only be so good. The NFL coaching's too good. You can't be terrible at anything. New England this morning is not terrible at anything. I'm not sure they're great outside of coaching at anything. But B plus wins a lot of games. And B plus also wins a lot of championships. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.